The results came from the southern end of our Sewum deposit. Sewum's about half of our total 1.4 million ounces. And we've had some very good results, some near surface, high grade results within the oxides, as well as we've made a new discovery, a parallel zone that sits just to the east of a Sewum extension.
Hello, welcome to Assay TV. Today I'm joined once again by Luke Alexander, who is President and CEO of Newcore Gold. Newcore Gold have a 216 square kilometer land package in Ghana, which includes 40 kilometers along the prolific Bibiani Gold shear zone. Luke, great to see you today. Can we start things off? If you could just give us a quick recap on Newcore Gold and where the company's standing right now.
Yeah, so as you highlighted, Newcore Gold, we're an advanced stage exploration company with a project in Ghana, the Enchi Project. It's a district scale exploration company that's fundamentally underpinned by an economic study that we put out in 2020. We currently sit at 1.4 million ounces of inferred resource. We sit along the Sefwi-Bibiani Belt, which is one of the two prolific gold belts that run through Ghana. Great neighbors along trend from us with 5 million ounce plus ounces. And we're in the process of aggressively drilling with our 90,000 meter drill program, which is the largest ever drill program on the project.
We spoke in December, and viewers can go back and see those earlier videos. But drilling continues there, as you mentioned at Enchi, and you've had some recent results come out. So tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, so recently we put out results from the Sewum deposit. The results came from the southern end of our Sewum deposit. Sewum's about half of our total 1.4 million ounces, and we've had some very good results. Some near surface, high grade results within the oxides, as well as we've made a new discovery, a parallel zone that sits just to the east of a Sewum extension. And that's something we're very excited about because our geological interpretation at the moment is that this new parallel zone that we've identified runs north up through an area called Tokosea, which is a greenfield target for us, which we're currently drilling about 49 holes into that. And it's a very large anomaly, Tokosea, about 5 by 2 kilometers in size. So this discovery that we made is something that we're really excited about. Some of the results that we put out, 2 grams over 25 meters. We also, on this parallel zone, put out a near surface intercept of about 6 grams over 6 meters. And within that, about 26 grams over 1 meter. So really nice grades for us to obviously follow up on.
And you've also had some results out from your Iradi gold target, I believe.
Yep. So Iradi's another target. It's one that we've historically drilled about 10 holes there historically. It sits way up at the northern end of our project. We did a follow-up drill campaign there, 14 drill holes, and we're very pleased with the results that we've had from Iradi as well. And we'll look to ultimately do further drilling there in the future to follow up on these good results as well.
I mean, I'd like to talk a little bit about your sort of approach to the exploration. You mentioned that your recent results. You were drilling around sort of existing discoveries, trying to expand those, but finding new areas as well. And also, you mentioned that the drilling was currently sort of, quite near surface, but you're also possibly looking to drill at depth as well. Do you want to sort of talk about your approach there?
Yeah, so we've always taken a multi-pronged exploration approach. One of the real advantages we have with our Enchi project is that it is a very large land package. We've identified 25 targets to date, of which our current 1.4 million ounce resource sit within 3 specific areas. That's a pit constrained resource, but all of those deposits still remain open along strike as well as at depth. So one of our focuses is to continue to step out along strike and look to ultimately grow the overall size of the mineralized footprint, which will then over time add ounces to our overall 1.4 million. But then we're also stepping out up dip and down dip at all of those existing resource areas, with the goal of widening and deepening the overall size of the pits. And then lastly, at our existing resource areas, we're also starting to drill deeper for the first time ever. If you look at all of the previous drilling that's been done on this project, it's never been drilled below 150 meters. So really still just scratching the surface from an exploration perspective. As part of this 90,000 meter program, we are starting to drill deeper for the first time. And one of the things that's exciting about these greenstone hosted deposits that we see along the Sefwi-Bibiani Belt is that typically where you see them grow in size and increase in grade is as you start to drill deeper and get into the sulfide. So we've been getting some very nice higher grade results with the deeper drilling that we've been doing. And then the last focus for us in terms of that multi-pronged approach is looking to make some new discoveries. So as I mentioned, our current 1.4 million ounce resource sits within 4 of our 25 different targets on the property. And we're starting to drill some new areas for the first time ever. Sewum South is one of those areas. Tokosea, which I talked about, is another area, with the goal of making some new discoveries that over time we will do further drilling on and look to add to our overall 1.4 million ounces. So that's the multi-pronged approach: expand existing resource areas, drill deeper, and also make some new discoveries.
Absolutely. I mean, as you mentioned at the beginning, the shear zone that you're on also hosts a number of very large deposits. I know we've talked before about the Chirano project and similarities between Enchi and Chirano, and the fact that once they start drilling down into the sulfides at depth, that's potential to expand the resource there considerably.
Yeah, and if you look at Kinross just put out some put out their annual results, and within that you can see a lot of detail on the additional drilling that they've been doing at Chirano, and they're now starting to talk about further mine life expansion, as well as they've had some meaningful additions to the overall ounces there. So that just highlights the fact that these are very large gold systems that once you start producing and then eventually continue to drill them out, there's lots of gold there to continue to be found. To the north of Chirano, you've got Asante, who's bought the Bibiani mine. That's got a historical endowment of 6.5 million ounces. And then to the north of that, we've got Newmont's Ahafo mine. Newmont last year announced that they're going to spend another $750 to $850 million on Ahafo North, which will add another 300 ounces of production there. And if you look at that project, it hosts a historical 15.5 million ounce endowment. So we're looking at very large deposits along trend from us. And our goal, as we've always stated, is to grow Enchi to a 3 to 5 million ounce resource. And we think that's where we'll create the most value for shareholders.
So going forward into 2022 here, you've got lots of options there for your drilling. Where are you going to be focusing over the next few months?
So over the next few months, we're focused in on some of these new greenfield targets where we've done a lot of soil sampling, trenching, airborne geophysics on these different targets, and we've worked them up to the point where we started to drill them. Sewum South, as I mentioned, is a very large target for us. It's about 3.5 by 2 kilometer anomaly. We completed in 2021 3 kilometers of trenching down there. We've just completed 30 holes there, and we'll look to get those results back, as well as I've talked about a couple of times, Tokosea. Again, that's a 5 kilometer by 2 kilometer anomaly. With the results that we put out at Sewum extension, we think we've potentially hit the southern end of that target, and now we're drilling 49 holes there to look to obviously make a new discovery at Tokosea as well. So that's a big part of the focus for us over the next few months here.
Excellent. And so in terms of sort of news flow, when can we expect to sort of start seeing some results coming out from those things?
Well, one of the things that we committed to the market is that we'd get, news flow out on a monthly basis, really focused in on different areas within the project, as well as some of those different, drill kind of focuses in terms of expansion of resource or different targets. So you can expect another news release out from us in March, which will focus most likely on Sewum South and Tokosea and some of the drilling that we've been doing there. And then consistently after that, expect news flow on a monthly basis with updates from a drilling perspective.
And you'll be attending our conference, I believe, over the next few days, meeting people, telling them about your projects, yeah?
Yeah, so we've got a very good busy schedule. So we're excited to get out there and continue to speak with investors. Obviously, meeting with investors and keeping the market updated on what we're doing at Newcore is something that's very important. So yes, your conference is one of the many things that we do to obviously make sure that we keep investors apprised of what's happening at Newcore.
Excellent. Well, enjoy your meetings this week, and and best of luck with the drilling. We look forward to hearing an update later in the year.
Yeah, thank you very much, Leo, and we'll look forward to staying in touch.
Thank you, Luke.